Chapter 6. The Secret City. Rows and rows of buildings gleamed in the bright sunlight. The buildings were made of carved white stone. They had yellow thatched rooftops. In the center of Machu Picchu was a grass-covered plaza. It was built on different levels. People were strolling up and down in colorful tunics and hats. Some wore red ponchos and long dresses. Most wore feathers and gold jewelry. We're the only people from our time ever to visit the living world of Machu Picchu, said Annie. Right, breathed Jack, but don't forget this place is a secret. We're not supposed to be here. I know, said Annie. We have to find Krya fast. Do you see a baby llama anywhere? No, they're probably not here yet, said Jack. Topa said the way we came through the forest was faster than the old trail. Let's look at a map. He pulled out their travel guide and found a map of Machu Picchu. Here, he said. Annie pointed to places labeled on the map. Royal Palace, Temple of the Moon, Temple of the Condor. Condor? Said Jack. That's interesting. Right, said Annie. She looked back at the map. Okay, here's the sacred plaza, and there's the old trail. That's the way the royal guards came with Krya. Should we try to get to the top of the trail and wait for them? Yeah, no, I don't know, Jack said. First, I seriously need water. Me too, said Annie. Look up water. I doubt it's in here, said Jack. But he turned to the back of the book and scanned the index. Whoa, listen to this. Machu Picchu water system, he said. He turned to a page and read aloud. Machu Picchu's water system was a famous feature of the city. The system collected rainwater which flowed down a canal. Using the canal and rainwater, the Incas built 16 fountains with clean drinking water available for everyone. Wow, said Annie. 16 water fountains. We just need one. Jack turned back to their book. Look, he said, pointing at the map. There's one near the edge of the plaza. Great, said Annie. Let's sneak over. No, don't sneak. We have to act like we belong here, said Jack. Right, put your hat back on, said Annie. They both put their hats back on. I think we need more than just our hats, said Jack. He looked around and saw 2 wooden shovels propped against the stone wall. Let's borrow those. Jack and Annie each picked up a shovel. Whoa, this thing weighs a ton, said Annie. No kidding, said Jack. But we have to walk like it doesn't. Act like you carry it to the fields every day. They swung their shovels over their shoulders. Let's go, said Annie. Jack and Annie headed toward the fountain at the edge of the grassy plaza. They passed women in long red skirts holding babies. They passed kids throwing a ball the size of a basketball. Be cool, whispered Annie. Yep, said Jack, though he didn't feel at all cool. His shoulders felt like it was about to crack. His heart was pounding. They passed a forge where workers were busy hammering metal. No one seemed to be paying attention to them. When they reached the fountain, Jack was glad to see it was mostly surrounded by low stone walls. He and Annie slipped through a narrow opening. They dropped their shovels and pulled off their wool hats. Sparkling clean water streamed from the mouth of the fountain. Whew, said Annie. She cupped her hands under the stream and drank. Then she stepped aside. Jack took off his glasses. He splashed the cold water over his hot face and gulped as much as he could. He felt Annie shaking his shoulder. They're here, she whispered. Who? What? Jack said. He wiped his face with his poncho. He put on his glasses and peered through the narrow opening of the wall. 2 men were walking toward the plaza. They wore helmets with feathers and carried spears. They were followed by a line of white llamas roped together. The parade of llamas made no sound except for the tapping of their hooves on the stone pathway and the ringing of a small bell. Hear that? A bell, said Annie. Look. She pointed to the end of the line. The smallest llama had silver fur and wore a collar with a bell. Krya, whispered Annie.